Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode here on the Hermitcraft Mesa-fied server in 1.11. We're hanging out in a Woodland mansion. If you didn't see the last episode, myself, Cub Fan, Tinfoil Chef and Full Symmetry conquered one of these together. And when I say conquered, I mean wreck the building, capture vindicators and make fools of ourselves. I died a couple of times in here. You know, on my second channel I uploaded this video, which I was going to put on this channel actually, where I basically went into survival mode with the gear that I usually have on in Hermitcraft, and I took on this place. And this is when they had first been added, and I destroyed it. It was super easy, didn't even need to use a shield. And then when we came here for real, it turns out that these guys have been buffed. They are so much stronger than they used to be. And man, these Woodland mansions are cool. Why is there a pig in here? It's just a pig hanging out on the back of the cat. We also need to be careful and throw down a few more torches because this place isn't fully lit up and mobs can still spawn in here. But you might have guessed what we're going to be doing in this episode. We're going to be moving our vindicators all the way back to... I was going to call it Hermit Hills, which I think I did in a previous episode. I mean the Mesa area. Hermit Hills is from Season 3. And some of you have been asking in the comments, why are we capturing these guys? Well, you should go check out the 20 secret changes in Minecraft 1.11 video that I uploaded, because in that one I show you that you can rename these guys to Johnny, and then they attack everything in sight. Why are there a bunch of items down here? Oh, that must be where someone logged out. I mean, I don't know if any of those are valuable to me, but whatever. So the reason that we're capturing these is because we can use them for farms in the future. They can attack passive and hostile mobs. They'll attack villagers as well. And that means, yeah, we can use them for farming. So that's why we're going to get them out of here. Anyway, looking at my current situation, we're not doing too good. I have a shulker box, by the way. Fools gave me this. Very kind of her to do so. I will give it back, though. I'm only borrowing it. If I need to, I could put all of my items into here, put the shulker box in my ender chest, and then kill myself and get back to Hermit Hills. Oh, I said it again. I knew I was going to say that wrong. Get back to the Mesa, because if you have a look at my coordinates here, we are a very long way away. And in order to transport these guys back as well, we're going to have to make a portal and dig a tunnel again, just like we did in the last episode with the llamas. I'm going to put that in there for now. So we need some obsidian. I didn't bring any obsidian with me. I read a comment in the last video that was absolutely fantastic. What a great idea. Never thought of this myself. We have the wrong pick. We need this type of pick. And also I'd be very smart to leave myself an ender chest in my inventory, because we're going to break these ones. So one of the things I like to do with my ender chest is have lots of different materials that you can use to craft other things. Like with the ability to make some woods and some cobblestone and stone available, you can craft so many things. But one of the things we don't have access to is obsidian. But if we break an ender chest, it breaks down into obsidian. So now we have that in our ender chest as well, and that means that we can make a portal. Now I hear a skeleton taking damage. I'm going to assume it's on the roof and that the sunlight is burning it to death. In order to get these guys out of here, we've got so much prep work to do. Got to build tons of rails, got to think about how we're going to do this. I'm going to throw the portal on the floor down. There are vindicators on all levels. Most of them are probably on this second floor. So we want to make our lives easy and move them to a portal that's going to be... I'm going to have to move this. I should probably have made that one block lower. Yeah, what I'm saying is the proximity to the portal from all the vindicators, pick something central. Otherwise you've got a lot of work to do. Apparently... Oh no, I do have a flint and steel. It's right there. Let's go into the nether. Let's check out the situation over there. I'm going to do what I did last time. Just dig straight up into the ceiling, because we've got to dig a tunnel. It's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of time indeed. So, oh my goodness me. 1,400, 2,300. This is going to be a very, very long tunnel. Let's start off by dismantling this portal and heading up into the ceiling. I've had a change of heart, peeps. This is not going to work. What we're going to do is put all of our items in this shulker box. Chuck these things in there. And that's it. We're good to go. All of our things are safely stored inside the ender chest. Let's make a new friend. Which one of these guys can I give a hug? How about this guy? Nice to meet you, claimed. Oh, you're going to hit me again? Yes, you are. Asuma was slain by claimed. Hilarious. That was the only name that I can think of. Oh, apparently my bed was missing. Great. We're not giving up on this at all. I've had a change of heart about how to do this. I don't want to dig a tunnel. I think it'd be smarter if we picked up some dragon eggs, then we went onto the roof of the nether, laid down some rails, took them all the way over to where that nether portal is, and then break the bedrock there so we can take the vindicators onto the roof of the nether. That really seems like the smarter thing to do, because otherwise we're looking at digging an extraordinarily long tunnel and then filling it up with rails, which is the same thing we're going to do on the roof. So to me it seems like it's a smarter idea to put your time into breaking the bedrock. Okay, that portal's gone. Rather than it is to, spend all that time digging. This is gonna be insane. Insane, I tell ya. Check it out. So we've got a little kit to destroy some bedrock using the dragon eggs over here and some other items as well. That's just me sort of organising things. So in this chest is where we need to put, I think it was 54 stacks of rails, which is just insane. And over here we have all of these as well. So I think I did count. I think we had 32 so far. That would be 27 plus 5. Yeah, 32 of those. Plus we want to use some powered rails as well. So what I was thinking is every 16 blocks we could put in 2 powered rails, but I really don't think that's going to be enough. So I'm probably going to end up crafting more of those. And with this we can craft another, I think 32. We only need to craft about half of that though for the distance that we're going. Just wanted you to visually see it before I place them down. Such an insane amount of rails, you know? and that's just getting it from this point all the way over to the bedrock ceiling on there. We then have to like move them down, but by the time we get them over here, that stuff's going to be easy and not something we need to worry about. So I'm going to start getting right into this. First of all, I'm going to make sure I'm going in the right direction. And I'll double check it in a second. I believe it's that one over there. I'm going to do it with this on. Aha! So we can see the chunk borders. Is it me or does that look different? Is that like a change they made in 1.11? That's not how it used to look. Yeah, that's definitely different. And anyway, I can then use this so I can go, right, you know, we put our 2 rails here, we put a torch there, go all the way over to the end of it, and then that way we've counted the distance to where we next put some powered rails. Doing a little test, that is going to be absolutely fine. We could possibly get away with less, just 1 every 16 blocks. But if that works, I'm happy with it. I've crafted up enough to do that. Oh yeah, beacon beams go through bedrock. That's really cool. So yes, we are all set to build a ginormous rail over to the other location. Oh, I've been placing rails for so long, I'm starting to go slightly mad in my brain space. I'm hearing ghasts. Hundreds and hundreds of ghasts. Asuma's going mad, peeps. Or maybe it's this thing. Listen to that sound, it's ridiculous. I can't see them, but some are up there. There are a bunch of crazy, insane ghasts screaming and squealing away, and it's quite an unpleasant sound. This is Tango and Impulse's ghast catcher, by the way, just in case you're wondering. I've not seen it myself in first person yet, so it's an interesting sight. A massive farm. And I'm going to stop talking now because you probably don't want to hear the sound of those ghasts screaming over and over again. Gotta love these shulker boxes, man. Portable storage for the win. I can keep going. No need to take a trip back. Excellent. There's a dragon eggs. And hopefully around here we will hear the sound of a portal. Aha, there it is. Excellent. That's the portal that we built down below. Unless we just happen to have gone in the wrong direction and parked ourselves on top of someone else's portal. I don't think so. I took a screenshot and made sure we've gone to the right place. All we've got to do now is place down each of these dragon eggs on top of the banners and the pistons. And we're going to do a 3x3, which is a 9-block grid. And that should give us plenty of room to build a little minecart rail and help us get the vindicators out of here. So... right, you've probably seen me do this several times before. We've just got to run into chunks down there, which means these ones will be unloaded. So we've got our line of redstone going down here. And I'm going in the same direction as the minecart rail here, so we can use that to get back and forth, which will make life a lot easier. Well, considering that this will now be a success, I probably didn't need to say it, but in case you got questions, yes, it's working in 1.11, which is just fantastic. And now we've got to pick these dragon eggs up and do the same thing all over again. So I've been known for my big projects and often flying into them without too much consideration. That is not how I feel today. Today I feel very prepared. I've been thinking about all the things that could go wrong, and I think I've covered most of them. So when we send the Vindicators through to the Nether and send them up here, we've got this buffer area where they will drop down onto this track, and then they can't really go anywhere until we decide we're ready to move them on to the next bit. So that means all of them can be sent down the line together with us, so we don't have any issues with them going into unloaded chunks. So all of that should be good. So if we go down here, this is how we get them out from underneath the bedrock. And then down the bottom here, we've got like a catching area. So a Vindicator gets pushed through the portal. That should not be there. That's kind of interesting. I went through this portal and placed the block behind me as I exited. Looks like I put it in the wrong spot. Yeah, a Vindicator is going to fall down onto this bit. From down here, we can place a minecart at its feet and send it out and up to the top. So all of that bit should be taken care of. Now, we've got two nether portals here, double nether portal, because we don't want to go through this one. If we do go through it, it could be a little bit painful, as that's the one that Vindicators go through. So I've double checked these, and they seem to be synchronized, which is promising. When we go through here, we are slightly outside of the building. Yeah, I sort of counted like 4 blocks away in the Nether, so that would be 32 in the overworld, and it brought us just outside here. But that seems to work pretty well. And as I'm going around here, there are still hostile mobs, got to be extremely careful for those. And I'm also just cannibalizing the walls as I go, making this place our own. So this is the other Nether portal. And what we're going to do is put the Vindicators onto a minecart, and they'll go through like that. So when they get inside the portal, they're still in the minecart. That's why we have this little gap down here, so we can get in there and we can pick away at the minecart. So I believe all of that's going to work. I really can't think of anything else that we need to do other than figure out how we're going to get the Vindicator out of this little bit right here. And I haven't given this too much thought at all. I think... Do you know what? We're going to have to use powered rails a lot here, because we're not going to be able to push them around very easy, you know? Let's go and put... They sound very angry, by the way. Let's go and put some rails like that. That should give it a nice little boost. And bring it around the corner. Cool, so it connects up with that one. Let's eat some golden carrots while we're at it. Okay, so now I need to place a minecart at this chap's feet. And I think the minecart that I break here will go through the portal, and then it will be in an inaccessible point on the other side. So I do have... Aha, a crafting bench, and I do have some more iron. Let's craft one more up here, so we've got 2, just in case. You see, I'm trying to think things through as much as possible. I really don't want to derp. Now, the other problem is, some of these blocks are going to do damage to this guy. So let's... I saw that one on the ground there, and I thought that I'd broken the one behind it. When we break this one, he's now good. When he goes through a half slab, he doesn't take damage. Okay, how are we going to put that on there? Yeah? No? No. He's moved on to the one in front. Why don't we use this other one then and put one on that one? Right, now we've got him. Now they're both going through. Which is, aha, that's it. Come back, quick. Right, so one Vindicator in the portal. We break this. The Vindicator goes through, so does the minecart. Excellent. This is promising. I mean, I've got a lot of these guys to move through. A lot. I think there's like 30 or something in total. So we go through to this side. Can we jump up here and have a little look down, just see he's in place? Right, no Vindicator, but there is a minecart in the portal. That's sort of the last thing I was expecting to see at this point. The Vindicator has vanished. He hasn't come through that portal. The minecart is there. Doesn't make too much sense, does it? We've got a Vindicator in the Nether. So I'm doing some testing. And the first one that I did disappeared immediately. So we've got a Vindicator here. He goes through. When I went through the other side, I could see the Vindicator and then it vanished. However, the second and the third ones seem to have not vanished. Which to me thinks maybe it's a bug. Maybe it's like the first one that goes through, you don't get back. That guy's just decided to walk through of his own accord. Let's see if he made it through to the other side. Okay, so I think we should go back onto Hermitcraft, and we should try this for a second time. So here we go again. This one was right next to the other one. In fact, let's keep this powered so it makes it nice and painless for us. And we'll take that one away. Alright, so not too much further to go at all. Alright, we will break this one here. And then we will grab our minecart. I've only got the one this time. That was probably a bit silly. Probably going to need two every time, aren't we? Yeah. That nudges him over there. You place down the other one, and he'll end up in one of them. Off you go. Excellent. He's got his axe out. He wants to kill. He smells a player. It's me. And now we've got to break that for him. Oh, there we go. Right, Vindicator went through. Let's pop through to the other side again. I can hear him already. Isn't that strange? The first one that's gone for a portal in this world and on our test world have both disappeared. That could well and truly be a bug. This guy, he really wants to attack me, man. He's got his axe out ready. He ain't going to get none of it. I'm telling you that now. Off you go. Excellent. This is our first one that we've captured here. Cool. Let's jump up top and see that he's gone into the next bit. Okay. Yeah, he's having a great time over there. If I take a few more steps back, look at that. Peaceful. And then angry. And peaceful again. So now I'm thinking about efficiency. Is that the best way to do things? I'm wondering if we can lure these Vindicators to walk into the portal itself. And apparently there's just been one standing there, which is kind of crazy because he can walk through into this room. Here's what we're going to do, buddy. We're going to... Yeah, you go through like that. Amazing. So all I really need to do, let's use this from both sides, is get them to follow me into this. Oh, this is going to save so much time. Like an amazing amount of time. So as long as I'm on my wits and ready to jump over here, let's actually grab some golden apples in case this gets hairy. You, my friends, are not... Yep, you are claimed. Hi. I'm going to jump up here. And you are going to stand on the shulker box. Of course you are. If you did that again, I could open it for you. You just went straight through. Amazing. Alright, I'm so happy because I was looking at the clock and thinking, oh boy, time is stretching on. This next one's going to take a while. We could potentially do 2 or 3 at once. Like, I don't think I will, but we could potentially do that. Okay, so you are next, my friend. Hey, Mr. Claimed. Yep. Oh, quick, run. He's going to wreck me. No, we're going to jump on here and everything's going to be amazing. Right, I think I might clear some of the obstacles because they have a little bit of trouble with rails and carpets, it seems. So that's good so far. What we've got to consider is that means that there's a bunch of chaps on the other side all lumped into a little space together, which they might not like. So why don't we make some minecarts and head over there and just check out that this is going to work. Well, they're all here, and eventually they'll get pushed out down to this space. Now what I probably want to do is put the minecart at the front here. It looks like it's going to be hard to get that hitbox actually. If I can go a block lower, which I've got to be careful for lava and falling into holes. There we go. That's the way we do it. Now that's what I was fearful of, one getting stuck on the wrong side. It's going to make it harder to put down another minecart. Oh, there we go. Move out the way. Move out the way quickly because they can attack you. Wasn't it 3 owl that we got through in total? Right, they're coming back. That's not what I was expecting, and that's probably because there is a minecart without one of them in on the track, and now he's taking damage. I don't know why he would take damage. Trial and error, people, trial and error. I think it's that block above. That guy is moving too fast for his own good. I see the problem. Do you see it? This needs to be higher up, because otherwise he doesn't drop onto them. Right, so these guys need some encouragement. They can move the minecarts themselves, like that guy's showing. Come on, come this way. There we go. Clever chap, clever chap. Now the next 2 can come into play. Excellent. Right, so we found another problem. Oh, this is so cool. This is so cool. There's another one here who's just roaming free. What was that sound? There's an evoker in there. How is there still an evoker alive in this place? Should we take him on? I think we should. That's crazy. And then we'll have to kill all the Vexes after. Right, no risks. Eat a golden apple. Get your sword at the ready. I don't have my shield, which would be fantastic. And you, how have you managed to get past us all this time? Right, he gets wrecked quickly, and he didn't even get to cast a spell. Oh, these Vexes are adorable. Now, after you've killed the evoker that cast them, I do believe that they will die after a certain period of time, which is kind of sad. It'd be so cool if we could name tag them and like keep them as a pet that followed us. I mean, that would be awesome, but unfortunately that's not possible. Ah, they make really cute little sounds as well. Ah, ain't they lovely? I've been keeping them alive for a while. I think they might have... Oh, no, they haven't. Look. Ah, there you go. He started to take damage and die. So they have kept that in. These guys, though, they stick around for a while. I am in a terrific mood right now. I cannot believe how well this has all gone down so far. We have been very calculated, and look at how many of these vindicators there are. I can't believe it. That's an insane amount. Some of them have come off the tracks. Actually, does it look like maybe a duplication error has happened here? I mean, I collected a lot, but it kind of feels like there's twice as many as I expected to see. I just want to keep recording this, because it's not very often you get to see a site like this in Survival Minecraft, is it? And we're going to need all of them on the tracks when we send them out, so they all move in one big unit. So that's the thing to sort out. The noise is ridiculous. And how am I going to create a buffer between myself and all of these vindicators is another thought. Right, is it me, or does it now look like there's less of them? Like, the way they move around here is very mysterious. I think they're getting sort of stacked up. Look, there's two in one spot there. You can see two iron axes. I'm going to have to put on my thinking cap here. Before we leave this place, I do just want to show you how I got the last bunch of vindicators. Thought I'd make my own staircases up and down, so this saved a lot of time. Otherwise I was going to like navigate around lots of corridors up and down stairs, and it looks like vindicators don't like the stair block as well. Had a lot of trouble trying to get one up the first set of stairs, and it wasn't until I removed the stair block themselves, and they were just full blocks like this, that it would follow me. So that's something interesting about vindicators, I guess. We're not done with this place though. I feel like there's materials here to be cannibalized, and there's loads of stuff in here. Like getting flower pots is pretty cool, and some books as well. There they are, 2 stacks of them. And there's still more of these things lying around, like carpets as well, which could be useful. So I'm going to come back here for sure another time. For now though, it's time to move. No! Well, yeah, I can go through that one now, can't I? I almost did that a moment ago when I put my last vindicator through there. I was about to follow it through. That would be a bad idea, not just for me, but for them as well, because I have fawns, and I've noticed that they've taken damage when I've bumped into them. So when we get them back to Hermit Hills again, we will have to give them some healing potions. This doesn't look good. That kind of looks like an explosion waiting to happen, does it not? I'm slightly worried. Looks like Mumbo's not having a good time. He's playing the Tangler at the moment, by the way, so don't worry about that. I decided the way we're going to do this is I'm going to walk the distance back. I can't really think of anything else that might work, other than perhaps getting a couple of pigs in a minecart and putting them at the back. But as you know, these guys can sort of jump around when they're on minecart rails and go in front of other ones. I'm very worried about that one there. Well, it took me a long time, but finally they are all here, and I've segmented them to stop them from grouping up again. I had one of those issues where they just sort of went flying off into the distance together, where they were all grouped up, and I managed to ungroup them, get them back on the rails, bring them all the way down to the end here. So this is really dragged, and we're down to the very last... Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen, was it? Down to the very last Vindicator. Let's see if we can place a rail on that block. Oh, and I should have put one there first of all. Oh no, we got him. Excellent. Down you go. Awesome. I need to tidy up some of this stuff, but this stuff that we're standing on right here, I think I'm going to leave for now. I don't think it's in anyone's way. But down here you will see that there is a bit of a mess in the Nether Hub where I've been moving the Vindicators through. They're going around the llamas, which we're going to be working with again soon. And then they go through into this portal where we can nice and easily break the minecart. Come on now, play nice. Oh, that one looked like he was going to escape for a second. I probably should have put some blocks in front of that. So you're probably wondering where this portal goes to. In order to get there a safe way, what we're going to do is hop down over here, go down into the middle of the White District and use this portal. What we got to do is look for the beacon. And by the way, I spent a really long time looking for a place to build this, and we basically have to go outside of the Brown District. But this area right here is sort of in eyeshot of the Brown District, and also the place I want to do my llama project is over here. So you can see I've sort of reserved this area by throwing down tons of netherrack. If we just hop over here though and follow the beacon down, you're going to see where all the Vindicators are. You're probably going to hear them before you see them, because now there is a lot of them